Gender Studies department. We're a new department, newly minted last year. And Lindsay took my Introduction to Women's and Gender Studies class in 2022, and that began her journey with this exploration in TikTok and an analysis of her agency and growth throughout this process. And it's been an amazing process for me. I've been honored to that you chose me. And Lindsay also chose Dr. Lehman, and if you would introduce yourself, I would appreciate that.
Hi everybody, I'm Amy Lehman. I teach in the Department of Theater and Dance, and I was teaching a seminar on modern and contemporary women playwrights, which Lindsay took. And you took another class from me before that.
Yes, I did.
It was modern theater, yes.
Yeah.
And we had, part of what we talked about in the seminar on women playwrights was some feminist approaches to images of women and women's creativity. So I was excited when Lindsay asked me to be part of her thesis project, because she's taught me a lot about social media. I don't know, except what I know from Lindsay, and it's been eye-opening. So thank you, Lindsay.
And I'm the same way. I'm not on TikTok. I didn't know anything about it other than my grandson, who was a freshman here at the university, and my daughter-in-law, and then everybody else, all of my students. So I thought we were a perfect team because of our ability for openness to Lindsay's direction in teaching us. And so we appreciated your knowledge and your education for us. I'd also like to introduce Ann Humphries. And Ann was the service learning liaison in the class that Lindsay took. And the course that I teach is a service learning course where my students work in the community with organizations that work with women's and gender issues. And so Ann is a distinguished poet and author and public speaker. And she, as a matter of fact, at our last lecture in the spring of last year, Ann read some of her poetry. And so that's such an amazing, and like Lindsay, to quote her, hearing Ann's poetry is like hearing magic. And so with that, Ann, if you would like to say a few words of introduction as well.
Do you want to face that one?
Yes, there's
I'll just be a moment. I think Lindsay stood out. And these are her parents. She was so easy to be around, and she brought so many skills to the table, and it was a joy. And I've tried to stay in touch with her, and I think you appreciate it. I appreciate it. We learn from each other, and I'm happy to be here.
And Ann was a third reader for Lindsay's thesis, so we always appreciated her input. And then most importantly, Ann's parents are here, having flown in from New York. And so if you would introduce yourselves.
Sure, I'm Angela Pritchard, Lindsay's mom.
Most important.
I'm an attorney in New York City.
Okay, my name is Robert Pritchard. I'm Lindsay's father, former prosecutor in New York, and also a litigator for the last 30 years. Thanks. Thank you.
And Lindsay has a brother, and I'm sure he is with us in spirit today. And if you could tell us about your brother and his studies.
Yeah, my brother is a cybersecurity major at the Rochester Institute of Technology. So I honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't exactly know what cybersecurity is, but I know it is important, and I absolutely adore my brother. Hi, Bridget.
So with that, then you've invited 7 other important guests, and so we would like for them to introduce themselves.
Yes.
So we could start with.
Yes, sir. I'm Maggie. Me and Lindsay, I got the pleasure of meeting her this semester. We are in TCA together, and she's kind of my boss. So I'm not being paid to be here, but no, I'm just happy that I get to work with her.
I'm Lily. I'm also in TCA and I'm in the PR department. So Lindsay's also my boss, and she's the best boss I've ever had. So I'm happy to be here to support her.
I'm Kaylee. I work alongside Lindsay at TCA, and I actually hold her position that she held last year, so she's been a great help for me with learning. And then she actually, we drove to Icon together, to the airport for Icon, and she gave me a little snippet of this presentation, and so it really intrigued me, so I'm excited to, hear a full story now. So.
Hi, I'm Morgan. I met Lindsay 2 years ago when we went to Barcelona. And then we were also roommates in Florence, Italy. We slept right next to each other every night. So I got to know her very well. I'm very excited to be here.
I'm Bridget. I'm also in the Public Relations Department for the Carolina Agency, overseen by Lindsay. So I met her this semester, have learned a lot from Lindsay, and just, grown tremendously under her guidance. And we also traveled to the PR conference together in California, so that was a really fun kind of bonding experience for us.
Hi guys, I'm Avni. I am the agency director of the Carolina Agency. I work alongside Lindsay, and I'm just so proud to be here right now. I'm just so excited.
I'm Kaitlyn. Me and Lindsay met also in Barcelona 2 years ago, and we've just been so close ever since. And I'm so happy to be here to support you because you are amazing and you deserve this so much.
So with that wonderful introduction, then